Hey, thanks for signing up for our mini hack series. In the next 10 minutes, you're going to learn how to solve all of these topics using our exclusive hacks. Now, let me show you a hack which can help you solve any quadratic equation in just a few seconds. Any quadratic equation can be written like this: ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Now, a is simply the number in front of x squared. So in this case, a here is 3 because 3 is in front of x squared. B is the number in front of x. Here 9 is in front of x, so b is equal to 9. And finally, c is the constant. Here 6 is the constant, and so c is equal to 6. Now here is where the hack comes in. The sum of the two roots of a quadratic equation is just equal to negative b over a. So here you've got b to be 9 and a to be 3. So the sum of the two roots is just going to be negative 9 over 3, which is equal to negative 3. So let's find out those choices whose sums are equal to negative 3. So you can see negative 0 plus negative 3 is equal to negative 3. So this choice is possibly an answer. Negative 1 plus negative 2 is also equal to negative 3. So this choice is also a possible answer. Negative 2 plus negative 3 is negative 5, so we can cancel this out. That's gone. And similarly, negative 1 plus negative 3 is negative 4, so we can eliminate this choice as well. Now, let's look at the next step, which is to find the product of these roots. Now, the product of the two roots is equal to c over a. Here, c is equal to 6 and a is equal to 3, so c over a will be equal to 2. Now, simply multiply these two numbers and see which is equal to the number 2. 0 times negative 3 is equal to 0, so this choice is gone, and so simply this choice will be our correct answer. You can see negative 1 times negative 2 is indeed equal to the answer 2 here. This hack is extremely useful for many quadratic equations. Note, you got to remember these two facts, that the sum of the roots is equal to negative b over a, and then just identify those options whose sum is equal to negative b over a. Here it was negative 3. Then you remember that the product of roots is equal to c over a, and then simply eliminate the choice whose product is not equal to c over a. Here, of course, the product was 2, and so we eliminated the first choice. Now you try this very similar quadratic equations problem. The hint is that the sum of roots is equal to negative b over a, and in this case is equal to negative 3 over 2. And the product of roots is equal to c over a, which is equal to half. I'll wait here for a few seconds. Hopefully you got the correct answer. This is the correct answer because sum of roots is equal to negative 3 over 2. So this could be a possible choice because the sum is equal to negative 3 over 2. This could be a possible choice because the sum of these two numbers is again negative 3 over 2. This plus this is going to be equal to negative 5, so you can eliminate this. And similarly, you can eliminate this because 1 plus 7 is 8. Now you go to the product of roots and check that it's half. Negative half times negative 1 is equal to half. So that's why this is the correct answer. This is obviously eliminated because 0 times any number is equal to 0. Now let's look at our hack for word problems. Using this super important hack, you can solve as many as 4 questions in your SAT exam. Let's get going. In this complicated looking question, you are given the equation r is equal to 5.3t plus 548.5 right over here, and you were asked what is the meaning of 548.5. Before we proceed, let's look at these two numbers on the right hand side. You've got the first number 5.3, which is kind of stuck with this alphabet T, and that's called the coefficient. And then you've got another number 548.5, which is the constant all by itself. Now the SAT always only tests you on these two numbers. Right now it's testing you on the 548.5, which is also called a constant. Now the hack for this question is that whenever you're asked a question about the constant, just look out for these terms in the answer choices: a zero, or the word start, or the word beginning. Here, let's go through these answer choices. You can immediately see you've got a zero here, so this is going to be your correct answer. That's it. Once again, you asked about 548.5, you identified this to be your constant, and according to our hint, whenever they're asking a question about the constant, look out for the terms which contain either a zero or the word start or beginning. And because this was zero, this is immediately our correct answer. Note that they can also ask you about the coefficient, which is 5.3. Anytime the question asks you about the coefficient, look out for these three special words: rate, increase, or decrease. And that's going to be your answer. Now let's apply this hack to another question and see if you can solve it. Now you try this problem. Here you're given the equation h is equal to 2a plus 5.4, and you asked to interpret the number 2. The hint here is that, remember, the number 2 is a coefficient, and whenever you see these three words in the answer choices, that's going to be your answer. Good luck with it. I'll wait here for a few seconds. Hopefully you got the correct answer. Here, 2 is the coefficient, and you're going to look out for the words rate, increase, or decrease. You don't see any rate, increase, or decrease here, but immediately you can see the word increase here, and therefore this is going to be your correct answer. Now let's look at this very interesting hack for graphs. Here you're given a chart or a graph, and you're asked to look at them and asked to write down the corresponding equation for them. The hack for this is super simple. All you got to do is look at those points on the x-axis, where the graph crosses the x-axis. So here, let's look at the points, those 2 points where the graph is crossing the x-axis. Those are 2 and 4. Now, all you've got to do is write down these 2 parentheses and put in x minus and x minus over here. And on the right hand side, right over here, you're going to put in 2. So you've got x minus 2, and then you put in this 4 here, x minus 4, and that is your answer. So you can see x minus 2, x minus 4 is immediately your answer. Now you try this very similar question. The hint here again is to find those points where the graph is crossing the x-axis. I'll wait here for a few minutes. Hopefully you got this to be the correct answer. Well done! Hope you enjoyed our mini hack series. Now, if you like this series, you can get our exclusive hacks on all of these topics right now at an exclusive discount of 90%. Just click on the link below. See you inside.